Meanwhile, tensions in the South China Sea are escalating. Beijing is making new threats. This time it has sent what's being called a monster to intimidate Manila. Let me show you what we're talking about. The monster is a Chinese Coast Guard ship. It is the world's largest Coast Guard vessel. At 165 meters, this ship is bigger than a football field. China has 2 such ships. On the 3rd of July, Beijing sent one of them to the Spratly Islands in the contested South China Sea. This ship has anchored inside Manila's exclusive economic zone. It is near the Sabina Shoal, barely 800 yards from a Philippine Coast Guard vessel. Now, technically, this is the territory of the Philippines, their zone. So when Manila saw the Chinese ship, it responded swiftly. Take a look at this.
A Coast Guard vessel 5901 within the vicinity waters of Sabina Shoal. This is Philippine Coast Guard vessel BRP Teresa Magbanwa, MRRV 9701. You are sailing within the Philippine exclusive economic zone. What is your intention? Over.
That was the Philippine Coast Guard. It tried to warn the Chinese Coast Guard, those officers on board this massive ship. They tried to inquire about their intentions and their purpose, but the Chinese vessel did not move an inch. Manila says these are quote-unquote intimidation tactics. For months now, China has been doing this, trying to bully the Philippines in these waters. There have been multiple run-ins. The Chinese Coast Guard has chased Filipino ships. It has rammed into them. It has targeted them with water cannons. Last month, there were clashes. The Chinese showed up with sticks, knives and axes.
Tropa natin yan.
Stop! This is our territory! Wow! Wow! Ano? Hey! Put your charger up!
We covered all of it on the show. Do you see those men, in fact, behaving like pirates in these pictures? That's the Chinese Coast Guard. And this is clear bullying. And Beijing has decided to take it a notch up now. Today, it challenged Manila's rights over these waters.
Sabina Shoal is part of China's Spratly Islands and is not in the exclusive economic zone of the Philippines. Chinese military and Coast Guard vessels patrolling and enforcing the law on the waters near Sabina Shoal comply with China's domestic law and international law, including the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea.
The Sabina Shoal and the Spratly Islands, they're both part of the South China Sea. They fall within the exclusive economic zone of the Philippines. Vietnam, Taiwan, Malaysia and Brunei are also parties to this dispute. They have similar claims in the region, but China refuses to recognize any of them. China claims almost 90% of the South China Sea, and it is now using force to enforce its claims. So what should the Philippines do? What options does it have against a bully like China? Beijing understands only the language of strength, so Manila needs to develop deterrence. Today, it took a step in that direction. The Philippines signed a defense pact with Japan. There was a ceremony in Manila. The Japanese foreign minister is visiting, and the pact they've signed will be significant for the region. Under this agreement, Japanese forces can deploy in the Philippines and vice versa. Both sides can conduct joint training exercises. Both these countries have been at the receiving end of China's expansionism. In the past, Tokyo has condemned Beijing for its aggression in the South China Sea. Today, after the pact was signed, the Japanese foreign minister had a message for China.
Issues surrounding the South China Sea are a matter of legitimate concern to the international community that is directly linked to peace and stability in the region. Japan strongly opposes any attempt by force to unilaterally change the status quo in the South China Sea, or any act that increases tensions.
Japan is the latest ally in Manila's growing list of security partners. They have similar deals with the US, Australia and Britain. The Philippines is in talks with France as well. Now, if you join the dots, this is what it looks like. A larger Western alliance is taking shape against China, and the Philippines is emerging as a key defender against Chinese aggression in the region.
Across continents, one powerful news source.
Bringing you diverse perspectives on the issues that matter.
We go beyond the boundaries to give you that little extra about every sporting moment.
So thank you for making Firstpost 5 million strong. We're counting on your support, and you can trust us to bring you the news unfiltered and unvarnished.
Climate change is on our doorstep. It's time for a revolution to take root. And it starts with 1.4 billion Indians. It starts with one tree for humanity, one tree for Mother Earth, one tree for a future. Project One Tree, a News 18 network initiative.
Firstpost reports from the world's second largest continent. Hello, I'm Alison Lagrange. A very warm welcome from Durban, South Africa. We get you the news and the newsmakers from Africa. From elections to climate change to innovations and opportunities. As the world's attention shifts, we report from Africa, the heart of the global South. Join me every weekday live on Firstpost.
Obviously today, the T20 World Cup bandwagon has moved across to the West Indies. What can you expect from this?
Hello, I'm Alison Lagrange, coming to you from Durban, South Africa. Today we have a special show.
We start with a report on India's shifting nuclear posture. For the first time since India officially became a nuclear power.
Hello and welcome to Firstpost